we join our heroes here in the tavern. Up in, let's see, whose room was this? Actually, they're in Erasmus's room as we speak. So here we join our heroes, right here. So, okay, yep. So he basically says, okay, well, I'm satisfied at least on 2 counts. I intend to retire. Veslar, make sure you have this document deciphered by the morrow if you can. We will, I'm sure we're all very tired. We will come find me after breakfast here tomorrow morning and we'll have a discussion.
It will be done.
There's more to discuss for sure.
It's just good to see you, sir.
Yes. I wish we would have met under more pleasant circumstances, but... Well, if you will excuse me. And he kind of gets up and moves politely to his bed and then stands there waiting patiently and looking at the door. Piper gets the hint immediately. Alright, so Piper leaves the room, I'm taking it, and Veslar as well?
Yep. Arya is just
mesmerized.
I was just taking a...
She's just moving, she's just trying a different chair out in case that chair is more comfortable.
That's a window.
Are you looking out the window?
Oh, it is?
Okay,
Sorry, this map is so
funnily enough, as you look out the window,
gosh.
Arya, as you look out the window, you do in fact see something rather interesting. Remember downstairs there was a pirate fellow that was chained to some other chappie?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Well, apparently he's not chained to him anymore because he's running like hell down the street heading towards the docks. The door opens. Killer TJ's to give him some rollies because he just resubscribed. Thank you for that.
Man.
So hype.
So yeah, he's running away down the dock. He's fleeing as fast as he possibly can. Standing at the door is the said. You see the guy kind of like stagger out of the door, and it's like stop, and hits the ground.
Oh, of course. Oh, I'm gonna run out of the door then.
Okay.
Bess! Pip!
Let's take you downstairs to the Forks Bridge Inn.
Don't drink anything.
Okay, hold on. So, were you two, Piper and Veslar, were you heading to your rooms, or are you going back downstairs?
I was going to my room. Got to decipher.
Yeah, I would have been as well.
Okay, well, before you even get the door undone then, Arya comes charging out of Erasmus's room, yelling at the top of her voice.
Yeah. Pip! Bess!
What?
There's the man who... He's run away! Catch him! I don't know why, but he's bad, maybe, right? Go get him!
The man, Ari.
What? Who are you talking about, Arya?
He was chained up with the guard, and he was running.
Out in the storm.
We gotta go. We don't want him to get away with something. What if he killed someone?
How much white wine have you had?
Yeah, Arya, you know, I have a lot of work to do.
Screw you guys!
Well, is he an evil magic user?
I don't know, maybe.
A pirate magic user? Is this who you're talking about, the guy I talked to downstairs?
Oh, you... Maybe.
He's a pirate.
Yeah, we don't want him getting away. Right? It's the right thing to do.
I just look at Piper. We got more... You do realize Erasmus is back, right?
Yeah, maybe Erasmus can help.
No.
Go.
Let him sleep.
Oh. The guy's running. We're losing time. Come on.
This is like weird scripture here.
Anybody?
I'm just gonna go in my room.
Okay, so Veslar just like shakes his head, opens the door, and makes the room. Okay.
Yeah. Dari, let's just go to bed. Come on, it's fine.
Arya, it's up to you. Do you wanna?
I'm gonna stare out the door.
So you wanna run out? You're gonna run outside?
Just see if I see him running away.
Okay, here you are. So you come down the stairs.
You
Alright.
terrible people.
Okay, well, when you open the double doors to the tavern, I mean, you can see the guy that had him chained is laying face down in the dirt. It is raining. As soon as you have actually opened the door, let me go ahead and let you know what it sounds like out there. Let's see, where is it? I've lost it. Basically, he's laying down. The rain is pouring down profusely. Water is kind of gathering up on the ground, and he's laying face down in it. It's quite possible that he might actually drown if he's left there.
No. I'm gonna pull him up on his. At least turn him over.
All right.
Sir. Excuse me, guard, sir.
Okay. He is out cold.
Oh no. Can I attempt to drag him back into the inn?
Yeah.
Go strength.
I mean, you can drag the man, like,
Woohoo!
he's not that heavy. He's not wearing any armor except a leather tunic, so you are able to kind of drag him in.
Yeah. Alright,
Okay.
we'll drag him in and let him lie down on the carpet there.
Okay, so you dump him on the rug, and we will put him to sleep. You know, they really need a Z's icon.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, it looks like good. That'll work. There. That's Z's, kind of, sort of. Okay, he's over here. So you drag him, drop him down, he's asleep. Okay. You were able, as you looked, you could see that the pirate hatted fellow is holding his hat down as he runs like down the street. He's actually, his legs were still chained, so he's not able to make full strides. So he's doing that kind of weird shuffle movement, like, where your feet kind of go up and down, and he's heading as fast as he can towards the docks.
We're such horrible people. I love it.
I'm just gonna yell to the innkeeper.
Jigglebilly, thank you for that follow.
Escaped man! Escaped man! See
He
if
says-
he does anything.
That's a job for the militia, not me, man. I doubt
Look
there's
what he
anybody
did
in
to the
here
militia.
gonna lift an eyelid.
Oh god, what do I do?
It's up to you. Feel like being a hero?
No, Arya's weak. She would... No. She's gonna sit down on the bench and go...
Holy shit. Poor Arya.
Poor Arya's frustrated. Right, well, the man is not moving. He's still laying there out cold.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna do anything about it. So, good night.
Are you going to bed? Or are you going to just sit there and sulk?
I'll sit there and slope for, a good 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna go to bed. Leave the guy there.
Well, fair enough then.
So not a single person cares about the
I
guy?
guess not.
Well, everybody in here are just, peasants and stuff like that, so nobody here is brave enough to do anything specific about the problem.
It's great.
You're all a bunch of a-holes.
You're the bloody heroes around here. I mean,
Heroes, schmeros.
Oh boy.
Well, I'm going to spend most of my time deciphering the script and then try to get some shut-eye.
okay.
That's my game plan for the night.
I'll probably be sleeping before Arya even gets back into the room.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
because she's going to be about 30. From the time she left to now, it'll be about 30 minutes.
I'll just passive-aggressively, and, just get ready for bed really loudly so I, upset you.
Okay. Right. Well, as you are heading up the stairs, The door does burst open, and a injured and wounded guard militiaman staggers in, like holding onto his ribs. He doesn't look like mortally wounded, but he's definitely in pain. And he's like, he goes, "Pirates! Pirates in the village! They've stolen one of the boats! Killed!" He goes, "At least 7 men have been killed."
Oh, shoot.
He said there was a ship moored up outside. They've overtaken it and stolen it.
Ooh. Okay.
We're so bad.
That's okay. Maybe it was your ship that they just stole.
I know.
Shoot. Alright. Then we gotta wake up Veslar and Piper.
Okay, so you're gonna go up there and wake them up.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna see what you guys did. 7 people are dead. Our boat might be stolen. That guy's injured. Let's go.
Is this in my room or with Piper? Because we're in different rooms.
I don't know. I'm gonna say it to both of you guys.
You're gonna kick the door open and yell it in your ear.
Yeah.
Arya!
I'll get up.
I'm still-
Shut up, Vess. Oh,
Look,
I'm sorry. That was mean. I'm sorry.
Look, I'm going cross-eyed over here. The script, I mean...
Do it on the way.
It's pouring rain! We'll run. The ink will run. What's the problem? There's pirates in town?
Isn't there a militia in
Our
this
ship
town?
might be
Yeah.
stolen. Don't you care?
We got Erasmus back. That's what matters to me, because we got leadership now. We're just going to leave him here? And then die, and then, the world's gonna end? Because, what I decipher so far, it's not looking good, so...
Catch the pirates, we bring them to justice, all in probably an hour,
What?
and go back
What
to
a-
Vess and solve your stupid puzzle. I'm sorry, that was mean. Your puzzle.
You see, saying
nice.
"I'm sorry that was mean" is exactly the same as putting a purple heart in chat.
Yeah.
I sympathize... Well, no, I don't actually sympathize with the dead and the dying. There's law and order here for a reason. Let them deal with it.
I hate that show. Let's go.
Law and Order, Epitomon edition. Okay.
Okay.
Arya, you want to risk your life for pirates? Really? We dealt with pirates before. We killed a bunch of them. World balance. If they come here,
and then
we'll kill
got
them all.
Mark, and then we got, 500 gold? Does that entice you?
No. I don't care about gold.
I honestly say, if Veslar wants to go, we go. If Veslar's in his room sleeping, we
Yes.
stay.
There's 7
Wait.
I sorry, shirt has mask.
Shikajmas.
Wait, but you say my name again?
Teslar?
That's not what you said. You said my name,
Yeah.
and then now you said it wrong, again.
No.
No, you said my name right, and then you said it wrong, and then you said Erasmus Baldur's name wrong.
You guys are weird.
Arya, you heard Veslar, right?
I wasn't listening, I was just thinking about the 7 dead people, and the potentially
Yes.
7 more as we are sitting here chatting.
Yeah, but this is important. This is Piper's health we're dealing with. That's good.
I'm fine.
It's fine. She thinks you're Teslar and I'm Daria, but she's fine other than that.
Okay. How about this? We barricade the tavern, keep all these people safe. We'll go downstairs, and if pirates try to ransack the tavern in the inn, we'll kill them all. Sound good?
No, I want to go get our boat back.
We don't even know if they stole the boat.
I want to get whoever's boat they stole back.
Arya,
Please.
we're on a world-saving mission here. This is not good. What I've deciphered. I need to finish before tomorrow morning.
But I wanna. Fine. Gosh darn it.
Let's do all the things you want to do.
Alright, so I'm going to actually take the manuscript and the prophecy thingy
Okay.
and go downstairs and just sit by one of the tables.
Alright,
Just to protect the tavern.
fine. Where do you want to sit?
I'm going back to bed.
I'm gonna sit right here so I can look at the door
Okay.
and still be warmed.
Right, well, the guy that did originally have the pirate chained up, it looks like he's come to, and he's actually staggered his way, and he's plopped himself down on the big bench. He's kind of leaning up against the back of the table for support. And he's like, oh, my head. Okay, the bar wench goes over and talks to him, and he orders a drink. Okay, so you're still deciphering. Piper's going to bed.
Yep.
What is Arya doing?
Arya's gonna grab a bottle of white wine and go to bed.
Bottle of
A
white
bottle
wine.
of white wine. Okay, knock off another
Sad.
5.
Oh, God.
Knock off another 5 silver then. We thought Radovan had a drinking problem. Arya,
This is
the
what
drunken
happens
bard.
when Piper stops babysitting Arya.
Yeah, exactly.
See, this is what happens when the parental figure stops doing their job.
That's right.
Okay. So how long are you gonna work on?
Until I am finished.
Okay. Are you personally finished?
I am personally finished, yes.
All right. Then let's do this. Go ahead and make a intelligence roll for me.
You're funny.
You're gonna succeed. It's just whether this is gonna ascertain how long it took you.
Alright. All night.
Okay. No, it took you about 2 hours. Which is ironically, really, because that's probably half the time that it took you in person, isn't it?
Well, actually, I legitimately went cross-eyed a few times before I got into a system. Because looking from one page to the other, I would, like, lose my place because all the symbols got...
Right, they are...
I must have dyslexia because it took slightly longer than an hour to do.
Really, it took Milk, I think, 8 minutes.
I know, which is why I was really angry at her. I was, like, legitimately pissed off at her. After stream, I was like, she can't be done. She's bullshitting. But, yeah, so...
We only assume that she's
alright.
successful. I believe her.
I believe her, too.
I think she did it. I think she did it that quick. Okay, so you, after a couple of hours and getting what you think is the entire thing done, you retire to
Yep.
bed.
I'm gonna burst upstairs to Rasmus's door, on the way banging on Piper and Arya's.
Okay.
I'm waking them all up. It's my turn to be annoying.
Oh, jerk.
Okay.
That's true, Dad. Milk is just better at, than me.
Milk is just better at things.
That's true.
You know.
She's just smarter than me.
Okay, so she's better at all the things than you. So okay, so you bang on Erasmus's door.
Erasmus!
What?
I deciphered it. It's not good.
Can it wait till morning, or is this something we should discuss now?
I think we should discuss it now. We
Fetch
need to plan
the others
fast.
then.
I banged on their door. I'll
Yeah,
do it again.
I would have come out.
Come out now.
I think I'll probably have my sword. Like what? What? The pirates?
Ripats. Okay, Arya, are you getting up as well?
Reluctantly, yeah.
Okay. Okie dokie. Okay, well, once you get there, you all sit down at the table. Erasmus says, well, what does it say?
Alright, so as you know, some of the letterings were not there, and the U and the V sometimes turned into W's because it looked the same, and there was not really a symbol for it. But I think I have it. There's some repetition, which made it a little bit easier. I'm honestly a little bit scared.
So what does it
Guys.
say then?
Piper, are you going to look at me? Or are you just going to stare at Erasmus? I had to do that, I'm sorry. Alright. And the day shall come when a great rift shall open. The moon will bear his likeness, and for 200 days will it dominate the sky and foreshadow the coming of the Malephoric One. He shall come and claim the 9, and then his song shall claim those on earth.
Not him.
What?
The
You'll
Male-
notice I'm about this far from your face.
Yeah, she's
Just
like
because
right up.
you're. Are you gonna pay attention to me?
Warius.
Yes, the demon, Malephoric One. It's with Malephoria, you know?
Okay, Erasmus looks like seriously concerned. He says, so, You believe that this is referencing the demon that you have already had dealings with once.
Yes.
Interesting. Well, that definitely changes things. But the 9, what could the 9 be referencing?
He shall come and claim the 9, and then his song shall claim those on earth. Could the 9 be like items or artifacts? Like the
be.
siren song? Maybe the siren song was one of the 9. In which case,
It's entirely possible.
I mean, he's musical.
Mike.
But really?
Mike, yeah.
Better?
Uh,
No.
quieter.
Not really.
RoboShagg's having issues.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's alright.
Is it better? I don't know.
Yeah, it's clearer. It
Yeah.
just sounds a little quieter.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. It didn't do anything.
That's alright now.
It's a
Maybe it
storm.
was just... Yeah, it's a storm that's going on. It's causing
Yeah, electrical
problems.
interference.
That's fine now. Okay. He says, well, I did not come here to this town by coincidence, you know. It isn't true. I was rather surprised to have found you, but I did have dealings that needed addressing while I was here. But this kind of changes things. Did you not say something about a portal that led to the abyss?
In Arilla, yes.
And where is this Arilla?
Between Lusker and Burkemp, south of here.
Would you... Well, here's the thing. I think that with this information, we need to pay a little bit more attention to that. And for certain, try to find a way to close it. The problem is, I do have rather pressing matters northeast of here.
We have no way of hurting the demons. You mentioned a cold iron, right? We don't have any of those.
Yeah, he's like, shh! He pulls out a cold iron longsword and lays it on the table. He says, I do. But I'm curious to see what I can ascertain about this portal. But I can't be in two places at once. So we need to... There are two things we must achieve in quick fashion. One, we need to gather as much detail and information about this portal as we possibly can. Look for small details to see if there's any possible hint of this 9 and a way to close it. And, Cargol Matheria needs dealing with.
Who's that?
Well, do you remember? You mentioned to me that you had been dealing with a couple of necromancers, and the name Soren Lawrenson came up.
Yes.
Well, it's no coincidence that a lot of these necromancers have all been dabbling with the substance that is manifested with this purple mist. None more so than this Cargol Matheria. You see, Matheria is somewhat of a... Well, he's a necromancer, of course, but he's a little bit more dangerous than most. Rumor has it that he has taken up root in the old Direwood Keep, and is raising some kind of army. I was going there to see if I could take care of him, but now I'm not so sure if I should do that or if I should go to the portal. Do you think you can... I mean, you obviously had no way of closing or of working with the portal before, or is there any possibility, or do you think there might be any likelihood that if you go back to it that you may have some more success? Or do you think maybe a fresh pair of eyes and my experience might be more valuable?
I just look at Piper and Arya.
We had no idea what we were doing, and if we go back, we still don't have any idea. Which reminds me,
Rasmus.
can you look at something? I'm going to reach in my bag and pull out a pouch.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to reach into the pouch, pull out another pouch, and pull out a rolled up cloth. And I'll open the cloth, and in it is going to be that brooch. It's a obsidian encrusted brooch, and it's swirling.
Is this the one that you found stashed inside the old fireplace?
Necromancer's bag. The necromancer's bag.
Okay, right. Well, because he'd stashed his belongings.
Right.
Okay.
So I had that.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then in the other pouch, I'll open it, and in there is that glowing ruby.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to show him the two and see if he knows what either of them are.
All right. Well, then I will make a arcane knowledge check for Erasmus.
I guess I'll also take out the strange, wicked-looking dagger that Soren Lawrenson had.
Okay.
It's like
And,
showing.
I'll just put it on the table.
Start showing
All right.
them our rashes. What's
so
this?
this is what he knows about the brooch. Let's see. Jack shite. He looks at it. Doesn't seem to have much of a clue about that.
So I'm going to carefully wrap it back up again, not touching it, and putting it back in the pouch.
Okay, this is what he knows about your glowing redstone. Okay, he knows a good deal more about that. Kind of looking at it, he says, I'm not entirely sure what it is. He said, but any item that willfully glows, that doesn't have to be commanded to do so, the odds are that the illumination within it is definitely directly tied to what it does. So clearly it has some kind of illumination ability. I don't know specifically what. Probably there's a command word that activates the thing. Did you happen to find a word that went with it, or...?
Well, we found it off of a shop owner who had acquired it from their husband, who stole it from
I
someone.
see.
So...
Then I suggest you find a wizard that can cast an identification spell upon it. I don't think it's anything particularly harmful, but, of course, if you're carrying it around, it is kind of sort of like a beacon.
That's why I have it wrapped in a bag.
Very
in a
wise.
bag.
And you wanted to take a look at that dagger?
Strange, wicked-looking dagger. That's what you told me.
Yep.
It's a descriptive name.
Okay. He feels sure that is some kind of like evilly blessed sacrificial dagger. Doesn't know if it's magical or not, but he thinks it's obviously got very sinister intent, and doesn't think that anything useful will come of it for a goodly intended person. His suggestion is that you destroy it and get rid of it, or do something unpleasant to it. But of course, he leaves that entirely up to you.
Do something unpleasant to it?
Yeah. Break it, smash it.
I got that.
Chuck it in Mount Doom. I don't know. Whatever you want to do with it.
Alright, I'm going to put it away.
Okay.
Boil it, mash it, stick it in a stew.
There you go. Well, it seems that the most pertinent thing is that I go south and take a look at this portal, which means, unfortunately, I'm going to have to ask you to go and deal with Cargill Metherian.
Where is he?
Well, when this wretched weather subsides, if you head overland, northeast from here, you will find a forest, the Direwood. Deep inside the Direwood is a clearing where a fortress, an old fortress, used to dwell. It is covered from one side with hills, and the only logical and sensible approach used to be through the hills. I don't recommend you go that way, because if they're watching the road, they'll see you coming. I suggest you make your way directly through the woods. At least, that was what I was going to do. But I cannot stress enough, I'm not entirely sure that you're ready to deal with this fellow. Although, I also have to admit that you have dealt with many things that I hadn't intended you to have to deal with yet already. You see, Cargill Metheri is a very cunning individual. He doesn't leave things to chance. He's already managed to sway some demi-humans to a small army onto his side, and if he is indeed in the fortress, well, there's no way the three of you are going to make a frontal assault and take this fortress by force. You're going to have to use subterfuge. Sneak.
demi-humans fall under the planes or arcana?
Demi-human is basically anything elf, orc, goblin, human, troll, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Okay. He said yes, either demi-humans or some... I don't know exactly the nature of his army, but I understand that he has indeed managed to gain some unpleasant creatures to assist him. But they're the least of your worries. Cargo Matheri is a very dangerous individual. Do not take anything to chance. Assume that he'll be able to calculate most of the plans that you would typically come up with, so you're going to have to think outside the box to deal with this fellow. He is a necromancer, but he also possesses incredible destructive power. In a straight-up fight, unless you get the drop on him, I don't honestly think you'll survive. But of course, you are a witch hunter after all, and he is a dabbler of unpleasant magic, so you have certain advantages.
If you want this guy killed, we will kill him.
Want isn't really the question. All of the necromantic dealings and all of the necromantic mischief that has happened south of here, I believe, is a direct result of him. These other people that you've dealt with are no more than lackeys working for this individual. Cut off the head of the snake and maybe we can, well, you know, kill the body or at least slow it down. If we don't have so many necromancers to deal with in this region, maybe we can concentrate a little bit more on what we need to be doing, and that's stopping this Wearius fellow. Also, it is clearly paramount that we find out what this 9 is in reference to.
I'll just look at Piper and Arya.
It's really up to you. If you'd rather go south, I can go and deal with Cargo Matheri, but if you honestly think that it's futile, then
I personally think it's futile, so Piper, Arya, shall we?
Okay.
Do we have to leave you again?
well, if I'm going south and you're heading northeast, that's kind of going to have to happen. We can't be in two places at once, and time is of the essence. What concerns me, it says that this thing, the moon, what did it say about the moon in 200 days?
200 days, yes. I don't know how many days it's been. I mean, it's been several.
Yeah, it's probably been close to it's between 90 and 100 days.
Well then, we must make haste. Yeah.
So assuming he acquires whatever the 9 is in just over 3 months, we could be in a serious situation. So time is of the essence. Unfortunately, I don't think we have the luxury of wandering around together. We're best suited splitting up and covering more ground.
Okay, so if we go this way, where will we meet you again?
If you succeed, come back here. How far south is it?
By boat? Not that far. You go to Lake and Wields, and then further south is Burkemp, and then the forests of outside of Lusker and Burkemp. So by boat, like a week maybe? Probably a little less.
Okay, well, you're only probably going to take a day to get to these forests if you travel swiftly. Maybe 2 if you go by foot, which I'd suggest.
Without the horse?
Well, once you get to the forest, the horse is going to be somewhat of a burden. And as you've got to make your way through the forest to find this keep, I don't know that you really want to drag a horse along with you. Of course, again, if you want, the smartest thing would be to ride your horses to the edge of the forest, tether them, and head on foot. But I can't vouch for the safety of the horses if you do that.
Well, okay. I guess we're going to try. Give it a go.
Well, I suppose it looks like all of us have a lot to do in the morning. Well, I suggest we get some sleep then.
Okay. Thank you. We'll do. And I just put the paper down that my deciphering is on the table.
He lays himself down on his bed, just pulls his hat down over his head. Oh, Erasmus. I mean, Veslar. Veslar.
What?
Whatever happened to your hat, boy?
Water. Oh, and this weird creature that almost paralyzed me crumpled it. Yeah. I take it off and I show him like my rudimentary twigs on the inside. I was like, I did the best I could. I don't know what to do. But I didn't want to lose it, you know.
No. Well, looks a bit silly, to be honest. I suggest you find a tailor to take care of that as quickly as possible.
You don't know how to fix it?
Do I look like a tailor?
You've had experience with these hats before. I'm sorry.
I have experience in wearing them. I don't generally have to repair mine. I've had this hat for nigh on 15 years, and no harm has befallen it yet. I've taken crossbow bolts to the arm, the chest, swords, mace, dagger, every manner of viciousness, and my hat has survived intact the entire time.
Okay. Yeah, I'll fix it. And I just back out the door and go to sleep.
Get out, you hat killer. Alright, so you all retire for the night. Wake up in the morning. Alrighty.
Whew. No pirate attacks on the inn overnight?
Yeah,
Nope.
what's happening there?
Nope,
Okay.
no pirate attacks. Of course, not one of you bothered to go and check to see if your boat was missing.
Nope, we don't care that much.
I think there's probably a 99% chance it was our boat.
Yeah.
No. Alright.
Alrighty. Okay, so you get up in the morning. Once you come downstairs, Erasmus is already down there eating breakfast.
Yep, I go to the counter, order a few meals for my friends and me, and sit down next to him.
Alrighty.
Morning.
He says, "Good morning."
Hi, Erasmus.
So, northeast it is for you then.
Yes.
Oh, incidentally, the weather has actually subsided, so let's kill that. It's not pissing it down anymore. Okay, he kind of quietly just sits there and eats, periodically just glancing at you, and then carries on stuffing his face.
Just eating quiet, looking at Piper, wondering what name she's gonna say. How weird she is.
After he finishes, he wipes his mouth off, downs the rest of his milk, and says, "So, anything else you think you might want to know about this Coggle theory? Not that I know a whole lot."
The necromancers we fought before, of course, they summon things. They also had wards and traps. I suspect that we're going to encounter those as well.
I would think that's very likely.
Um,
But again, he's an incredibly intelligent man,
so
and renowned for his cunning.
when Soren Lawrenson opened the portal and summoned the demon, the Babao, you said? Yeah. He had a force field he erected. I couldn't get through it. How would you get through that? It was invisible, and I just crashed right into it.
An invisible wall of force.
Yes.
Unless you have somebody to dispel it, or some kind of anti-magic, really, you're not going to.
Is that
But
something
of course,
Arya-
he can't hurt you either. I found in those situations, a waiting game generally works to be best. I prepare myself as best as possible because those walls don't stay up forever. At some point, he's got to get out. You can rest assured that while he's on the other side, he will be preparing himself for battle. You should be doing the same.
I'm gonna look right at Veslar when I say this and be like, oh, so just running in without tactics isn't always the best option, is it?
Especially not against this fellow. Coggle theory, run in without tactics, you'll be dead by morning.
I see you didn't accept my apology, Piper.
She might
Not
have
saying
accepted it.
anything.
Maybe she just didn't. Forget it.
Just kind of like,
Maybe it was a little too soon to ride me about that, Piper, especially considering
Wrong wording.
Are you just on the stairs?
yeah, she's chilling on the
I
stairs.
don't know. I don't
She's
pay
not sure what she's
attention to my
doing.
person.
Well, what
I
is she
was
hanging
at the
out?
table.
She's hung over.
Down.
She's probably under the table.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, she drank an entire bottle of wine last night, which is only the second bottle of wine she's ever drunk in her life, so she's probably feeling a little bit delicate.
I guess the only other thing that we encountered was wards of they hurt unlife things. If a necromancer has all these undead things, how can we get past those wards? I mean, do you like hold a bug or something, and you just throw it at the ward, or?
Well, of course, knowing that they're there is the difficult thing. But
Right.
if understand, most wards can be specifically aimed at numerous things. Some can be aimed at keeping out certain races. If, as you say, I mean, it makes sense that a necromancer would ward against the living and have, trap wards in place that the undead can walk through unharmed. How you figure these things out and how you find them, well, it depends on what things you have at your disposal. How did you achieve it before? I mean, you're all clearly very much alive, so they didn't kill you.
Got close a few times. But, okay, thank you. I mean, I got nothing else. I'm just gonna
Well,
keep eating.
as I said, if I can say anything else, it will be to understand that A, he is in a keep. Don't expect to be able to tap on the door and walk in. Expect anybody inside to automatically treat you with hostility. So if you're seen, kill whatever it is that sees you as quickly and as quietly as possible. If the alarm goes up and he does indeed have an entire army there, you may not have any way to escape. Truth be told, I seriously consider whether or not you're ready for this, but unfortunately I don't have the luxury because I don't have anybody else to send, and I really must take a look at this portal of yours.
Not exactly inspiring confidence, sir, but I understand. We don't know how to get rid of the portal, the demon portal, so...
Well, I don't know that I will either, but at least if I can see the thing and do a little bit of research.
It's a crack in the ground, it's spewing the purple mist.
Okay, is there anything you can tell me to make it easier to find? I understand I'm to travel southwards towards Lusker, and you said it's between where and
Lusker and Burkemp. The river's going to fork, and the fork's going to lead to, to Burkemp, and then between there, on the east side of the river, there's a little hut with a crazy dog person thing, a human who has a lot of pelts, and he's tripping berries, for lack of a better word. And there's a little secret way.
Mr. Treebutt, thanks for the follow.
And Arilla is in the secret way in the forest behind illusionary briar. And
that's important information.
And there's two specters there. They don't speak English. We don't know what language they speak. They're not necessarily evil. They just don't want desecration. I tried communicating with them with drawing. It didn't work out too well. Arya got sapped from a little bit.
So when I get to the fork, I should continue or I should take the fork?
Go down the main river.
Okay.
Like you're heading to Lusker. Stay on the east side, and you're going to see a little hut with a crazy person who's like high on berries.
Mordecai.
So
is that his name?
So after the fork, look for a hut on the edge of the woods, and a man named Mordecai.
And the guy knows the secret entrance to the forest. And
He's
there's
friendly and he'll probably show you if you ask him.
Excellent. So,
It's his brother
Just be
you need
wary.
to worry about.
Just be wary.
in the forest there's a brother, and the brother is
A cat.
menacing,
He's a cute cat.
but he let us pass, and
He
he
was nice.
well, yeah. Be wary, I don't know what he is. He's not just human, I don't think.
He's a
interesting.
cat.
Well, seems I have some things to think about as well. Well, good luck. As I said, when you're done, head back here. Should you succeed, you'll probably be back long before I would. And I don't necessarily know that it would be pertinent for you to wait around a couple of weeks for me to show back up. That
Shall
being
do.
said, we really do need to communicate.
We got
Owl.
necklaces by the sea hag, the hags. Arya, don't you still have those?
The necklaces?
Yo gave them to Erasmus last night.
Oh, that's right.
The owl. Arya, what a great
owl.
idea. Erasmus, I have a bird. Why don't you take her with you? We'll get her to fly back here. You can send a note with her once you progress.
Ah, yes. Splendid idea. Okay, so he's going to take the owl.
Yes.
All
and
right.
we'll familiar her to come back to the inn with the message when she is released.
Okay. Yep, so you're going to basically try to get her acclimatized to this location and have her
Right,
come back
yeah.
here. Okay. Alrighty. There you
Genius.
go. Plan in place. Alright. Okay, so you guys are you ready to head out, or do you need to get provisions, supplies? What do you want to do?
Now, just to clarify, Erasmus gave Veslar a cold iron longsword?
No. He just laid it on the table and said, I can. It's his
Okay.
sword. He was just basically
Okay.
pointing out that should there be a demon, he can fight it.
Perfect.
That's all he was saying.
Okay, so the town we're in, how big is it again? Like, is there an armory? Is there a shop?
Well, you didn't really get much chance to investigate because you kind of came straight to the inn and it was dark. So, but by all
Right.
means, you can check out Fort's Bridge before you leave.
There's a couple things I'd like to try and do before we go, if possible.
It's
All
all
right.
on fire. Just
Okie dokie, picking a pokey. All right. So when you guys come out, your boat is in fact still here.
Woo!
He never stole a boat
Yay!
here from outside of the inn. He actually stole a boat that was over here on the main dock.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
now it's broad daylight. As you
Yes,
can see,
right?
I mean, you've got all these kind of shanty huts over on the other side of the river. There's a stone bridge right here that kind of goes to the more centralized part of the village, or the town. It's not that big. There's really not a whole lot here. So, but I mean, it really, above anything else, it is a small trading town, river-faring trading town. So there may be some stuff here.
Alrighty. So specifically, do you want me to tell you what I'm looking for, and then you can kind of tell me where we should go and interact, or?
Well, no, you're just going to have to kind of go where you want to go, and I'll tell you what you see.
Okay. Well, I'm looking for a blacksmith or a shop.
Okay.
So.
Alrighty. Well, you guys are right here. So where do you wish to go? And we have a donation from Ruby.
Oh, Ruby.
thank you, Ruby.
And let's see.
Piper,
There we go. The monkey did work.
It is kind of
Black-
that time, actually.
It almost is, yep. So are you gonna...
I'm just gonna follow Piper.
So where-
Yeah, so obviously there's only one way we can go down the road.
Okay, so you're gonna follow the main road and head down over the bridge.
Yeah.
And you get here to the crossroads. Alright, well we're gonna take a very quick break.